Trust me, if you guys implement this technique, the straight arm pull down, externally rotate, make sure your scaps are tucked into your back pocket so your arms are really long, squeeze the chest up. It's going to decrease the range of motion on the lift. It's going to keep your spine safe. It's going to keep the bar close to you. Once you get everything to click, it's going to snap right off the floor. What's up, everybody? Coach Jason, Inside the Rack Fitness. Today I'm going to go over some simple deadlift setup tips. Now, I don't know how many deadlift analysis I've done lately. It's a lot. And I see the same faults over and over and over. Too many times to even count. Actually, Coach Jason, I was just going through your computer, and in the last 92 days, which would be approximately 3 months, you have done 47 deadlift analysis. Of those 47 analysis, 44 of them had some sort of fault or dysfunction with the lats. 37 of them had some sort of fault or dysfunction with pulling slack out of the bar, and 32 had some sort of breathing and brace mechanic dysfunction. Hi. So as you can see, the faults are numerous, and the biggest fault is improper engagement of the lats. Now the lats are going to serve a couple of purposes. Number one, they're going to keep the bar close to your body. The closer the bar is to your body, to the center of mass of the bar lifter system, the easier it is to lift. The farther away it gets from you, the heavier it actually feels because you're creating a moment arm. So if you think of a teeter-totter and you're trying to lift somebody up and they sit all the way at the end of the teeter-totter, it takes quite a bit of weight or force to lift them up. But if they sit close to the fulcrum in the middle, it's really easy to lift them. It's the same concept with the deadlift. The other function that the lats are going to serve is to protect your spine. The lats are the only muscle in the body that connects the upper body to the lower body. They actually originate on the back of the arm and control your humerus. And they also insert into the pelvis, so they cover the entire span of your back. And they also feed into your spine all the way down. So if you want to protect your spine, this is a good muscle to keep very tight. That also leads into the final function, which is humeral rotation. So if we can rotate our arms specifically at the shoulder, the humerus inside the socket is going to help engage the lats. Of those 47 analysis I did, one person actually did this. So this is by far the most common fault. So to get the bar close to you, what you want to do is pretend that you're doing a straight arm pull down. I'm sure most of you know what a straight arm pull down is. You can do it with either a cable machine or bands. Flex the triceps so your arms are locked out straight, and you're just going to pull down to your body. Now, one thing you can do as a cueing drill in your deadlift warm-up is to do what I call a deadlift pull down. So you're going to do the straight arm pull down, and then you're going to hinge back just like a deadlift. And you want this piece of band that's between your hands to literally run up and down your body just like the bar would while you're deadlifting. This is going to teach you to keep those lats engaged, otherwise the band's going to get away from you. It's a really good cueing drill. Now for the humerus rotation aspect of the lats, all you need to do is when your hands are fixed on the bar is just make sure you rotate. This rotation will also bring your chest up and give you a much more powerful pull. The second biggest fault is pulling the slack out of the bar. Now, if you do this properly, whatever you weigh as a lifter, you should be able to get that weight or more to hover off the floor without even having to lift it, just by getting tight. So I'll start with a conventional stance, and we'll start with the stationary pull as opposed to the momentum style, fulcrum style of lift. So I'm in my stance. I get down here on the bar. I'm going to externally rotate. I'm going to lift my chest up. That should make the bar hover. As you see, the bar hovered. I weigh 170 pounds. So let's throw 185 pounds on here and see if we can make that hover. All right, so I've loaded up the bar with 185. This is 15 pounds more than my body weight. And I can still make this hover. And this isn't even the style that I lift. So I'm gonna take my stance, get my lats tight like I'm doing that pull down. I'm gonna get my grip. I'm gonna pull the slack out of the bar, so you should hear that little click. You wanna pull that slack out before you do anything. So I got that slack pulled out. If you're really strong, you'd be able to row this right from there. So from here, I'm gonna externally rotate my arms, bring my chest up. As you can see, I got 185 to hover. Let's try 225. So as you can see, I got 2 plates loaded on the bar. We got 225 pounds. I weigh 170. So this is 55 pounds more than my body weight. Let's see if we can get this to hover. So we're gonna run through the same setup that we did before. We're gonna do our straight arm pull down. We're gonna pack our scapulas down into our back pocket, making our arms as long as possible. We're gonna get down to the bar. Still got the scaps down, still got my lats tight. We're gonna pull that slack out of the bar. We're gonna externally rotate the arms and squeeze our chest up. That's 225. Let's see if I can get 275 to hover. I doubt it, but let's try it. All right, we're back with 275. I'm gonna walk you through it one more time. So we're gonna do that pull down, make sure our lats are nice and tight. We're gonna tuck our shoulder blades into our back pocket, making our arms really long. We're gonna keep this tightness, go down to the bar, set our grip, externally rotate the arms. We're gonna pull that slack out of the bar, squeeze our chest, and I got it to float a little bit. So this is 105 pounds more than I weigh, and I got it to hover. So if you can get it to hover and your sticking point is off of the floor, look at how easy that makes the pull. Piece of cake. Now let's flip over and do some sumo. Okay, now we're set up for some sumo. Full disclosure, I pull conventional, but I pull conventional with that lever hips into the bar, the hip shoot, whatever you want to call it, style of lifting. So for me to get that straight tension and pull is not something I'm used to. So for me to be able to get 100 pounds over my body weight to hover in a style that I'm not used to should teach you how easy it is to do. Typically when I pull sumo as an assistance exercise, I do this straight. So for this one, I'm gonna do the hip shoot. Once again, something I'm not comfortable with, just to show you how easy this technique is. It's basically the same as the conventional. So we're gonna get our lats tight. We're gonna tuck those scaps in our back pocket, making our arms as long as possible. We're gonna get down to the bar. We're keeping our lats tight. We're externally rotating at the shoulders. We're pulling that slack out of the bar. Now usually you're gonna hip shoot up here, in, and go. Now let's do it just to get it to hover. So lats are tight, externally rotate. I'm gonna pick my chest up and hip shoot. So I can still get it to hover sumo. Trust me, if you guys implement this technique, the straight arm pull down, externally rotate, make sure your scaps are tucked into your back pocket so your arms are really long, squeeze the chest up. It's gonna decrease the range of motion on the lift. It's gonna keep your spine safe. It's gonna keep the bar close to you. And once you get everything to click, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna take you a couple weeks to get used to it. But once you get everything to click, it's gonna snap right off the floor. Check this out, try it out. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys next time. Coach Jason, inside the rack.